Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make one of these curvy coffee tables. I started by making a template for the base. I just used a previous one that I created in this white bowl. And I get this poster board at the dollar store. It's like 50 cents each, so I have a huge stockpile of these so that I can make templates for woodworking and stuff. Enjoy. Alright, once you've traced the template onto the wood that you're going to make the stuff on, just go outside. I use a jigsaw to cut this stuff out. I just bought it at Walmart and stuff. You can do this all on the cheap and still make it look really good. So this next series of shots are of me doing the base on the first day and my dog Ivy hanging around me. So hi, Editor Ron. This is a perfect example of what not to do. You can totally lose a finger if you hold onto it like this. Don't do this. Okay, so For this next shot, I used a palm sander or an orbital sander. I actually don't know which one. I never paid attention in wood shop, but you don't have to do this. You can sand it by hand. I just was lazy and I got tired, so these are super cheap too. They're like 14 bucks, but you don't have to use it. Okay, so that was great. I was just trying to show you how you can get it aligned. It's pretty difficult and it's hard to get perfect, but with this type of stuff, you don't have to do a crazy good job. Just do it in a way that it'll look good for you. This wood glue is super cheap, and I buy like 2 bottles of those, and it lasts me months, and it's only like $6 each. So, yeah, this is just wood gluing these 2 pieces of wood together to make that base. So my wife just told me that I have to explain what this is. You gotta weigh down the wood glue so it makes a tighter seal. Alright, so I was too tired to keep going. All of this is the next day. I thought I'd make Ivy look a little cuter and put that bandana on her. But I took the top of a previous table that I created that's like that, and just you know, used it as a template and drew it out onto the piece of wood. So yeah, enjoy. This next day is pretty much doing the top of the coffee table. Just have fun with it and create your own shape. Try to make something that will be visually appealing to you. I forgot to mention that in the last little clip. I thought that I should create another circle to add under the actual top part of the coffee table, just to give it a little more structure and to make it look a little more interesting if you're looking at it directly. So I added another circle. You don't have to, but yeah, just do whatever you want. You could even do, you know, triangles or a square. Just make something cool. Cutting these shapes out of this type of plywood is probably one of the most satisfying things you can do. If you make it big enough, the jigsaw just doesn't bind up or you know, annoy you at all. So honestly, doing this is so fun and cathartic. It's awesome. Since I don't have sawhorses or anything, I just prop up the plywood on my thighs because I have gigantic, meaty thighs. So it comes in handy. If you don't have that, I suggest going and getting some saw. another place where sawhorses would have been handy, but thankfully I got them thighs. But yeah, get some sawhorses. Man, looking over this, that just looks so cool. I love that shape. It's actually inspired by something I saw on Instagram, but you can create your own shape. But damn, that looks good. Okay, so you don't have to do this. You can just screw in this dowel to the top and bottom. But I decided to make this little like square joint to feed into that second circle that'll glue onto the bottom of the coffee table. But you definitely don't have to do this. Decided not to use the palm sander and just to sand it by hand to show that it can be done, but palm sander definitely would have been nice. I thought I was going to cut my finger off because it was kind of awkward, so I used the handsaw to finish the rest of that joint, but yeah, definitely still just a sketch. Alright, so out of shot, I went and cleaned up that circle, and then I cut out a square hole for the joint, and now I'm just cleaning it up with the jigsaw. But if you had chisels or something, you wouldn't have to use the jigsaw. I'm broke, so those little scratches are from the handsaw and actually cutting out the square with the handsaw, and then like I think I used a flathead screwdriver and a mallet, so yeah, just make it work. Don't hurt yourself. So I definitely cut the hole a little too not big, but um, it's better to cut it not big enough and just trim some off than to make the hole too big and be screwed. It's kind of like over salting meat or something. I undersalted my woodworking, and now I'm just fixing it up. Alright, we're nearly done with the bulk of it. I'm just trying to figure out how I can best center this dowel. Um, but I think I did a pretty good job. You don't have to, because who cares? This is for you. But I'm giving this to a friend, so I tried to do as good of a job as I could. But you definitely don't have to try as hard as I am right now. Okay, this is pretty clever. I used this old pot and like the paint can to just weigh everything down and have it balanced, and it worked pretty well. I did end up screwing the base onto the dowel, but that actually worked really well. It was enough weight just to let the glue cure properly. And now this putty costs a lot less than wood putty, so that's why I use this. It goes on pink and then dries like this clear color, but when you sand it, it literally gets white powder everywhere. It's like you filled your house or your wood shop with cocaine or something. But I think it's definitely worth it because it's a lot cheaper, just to make it a little smoother. I liked the texture of the actual plywood, so I didn't like overdo it, just so that I could still see some of the plywood when I go to paint it. I tried really hard to make the table level, and then I got some wood glue, got it prepared to put on the top, and then you'll see that I put some weight on it just using paint cans. That's like a recurring theme for this table because it's so weird you can't really clamp it, but as long as you got something heavy on top of it, it'll dry, and it should dry and make a strong bond. You end up seeing my wife in these shots. I don't wear a wedding ring while I woodwork because I feel like I'm gonna lose my hand like Jimmy Fallon or something, but I'm married. Sorry, girls. I just hand sanded it. I didn't put a lot of putty, so there's no need for a palm sander, but white powder everywhere. Okay, this is me priming it, um, and then I'll paint it, but the video is almost over. This is my first YouTube video, so it's probably not going to be the most perfect thing, but I tried. You should definitely go and make one of these yourself or something like this. It's way worth it and it's way fun. I actually really like the color my friend picked. I was a little sus at first because it was like beige. I was like, if I just got a nice piece of wood, I could just stain it, but it turned out working really well. Um, that one in the back I repainted and put some clear coat on both of these so it would be more resistant. This video goes to show that if you're broke or bummy, you can still make really cool stuff. So go out there and make this table or go make some other stuff. Have fun. Okay, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe!